Hello. There you go. That's my intro. Hello. How you doing? It's been a while. Yeah, it really has been a while. For anyone who's been keeping track of my whereabouts and my what fors and wherefores, I haven't really been up to much other than posting old content from another channel because I've been merging the two. I'm trying to simplify my life. Trying to simplify my life, so I just I don't want channels here, there, and everywhere. So yeah, I wanted everything on the one channel, and I'm not quite as productive as I once was, but I do want to dip my toe in every now and again, say hello, raise my head above the parapet, let people take some shots. But yeah, for those who may have missed me, I wasn't on this October's 31 and 31, and it was so relaxing. So there you go. But someone who was on this year's 31 and 31, who was very Scooby-Doo-fied, was I got Fred here, CP from Wiliscredia. Hello, CP. How have
Hi.
you been doing?
I have been busy over the course of Halloween, but yeah, it's over now.
Mm,
Good to have, I don't know, some variation of us discussing something around this time anyway. So I'm happy to be here. Just got to remind myself that I'm on your channel. I got to watch my mouth. That's going to be the hard part here.
Take a shot, guys. Every time, take a shot.
I'm going to try. I promise I'm going to try.
So we got a few people already with us in the chat. We've got Sean Sheridan. Hey, Sean.
Sean,
Thanks for the super chat already. Oh, he's there with the first super chat. Gen X. Hello, Rudy. How you doing?
Rudy.
He's tuning in. What have we got here from Sean? New movie I saw this year. I'm buying Wolfman and Superman, streaming The Smashing Machine, one battle after another. Final Destination Bloodlines and 28 Years Later and Black Phone 2. Okay. I've not seen Black Phone 2 and I've not seen 28 Years Later. I've not seen Final Destination Bloodlines, though I have very little interest in it, to be
You're
honest.
missing nothing.
Yeah, I do want to see Smashing Machine, despite everyone's kind of middling takes on
I
it.
wish you told me that because I could have had my uncle contact
Oh,
you.
does your uncle
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
availability of that? Oh, right. Let him know. Let him know
Yeah.
for me. Wolfman I actually quite liked. More like it got terrible reviews, so I was like, oh no, that's a shame. But when I don't know if that super low expectation did something for me, but when I watched it, I was like, oh, I like that. I was pleasantly surprised.
Hmm.
And of course, Superman. We all know all of that because I'm a DC fanboy. But um, we're going to be getting into 6 films tonight that are all new, if not new, at least fairly recent releases. So all within like the last 2 months kind of deal.
New-ish.
So newish, yeah. Just stuff I've been catching up on. Stuff that I've not reviewed because I'm not putting like reviews out all the time. But they are movies that, hey, you know what? I've seen them. They're quite new. Let's talk about them. And I think CP has seen most of them that we'll be
M-
talking about.
Most, if not half.
Yeah, I think we did establish you'd seen all, but maybe was it one play date? I
it,
think. Yeah.
oh, I hadn't seen Tron either, so
Oh,
it's
you
I
haven't seen
haven't
right.
seen
So
all the two.
two, right? Okay. So you've seen 4, and the other 2. I just wanted to talk about. One of them will not be for long. I can tell you that much. But yeah, Sean and skipping. I know what he did last summer. And Alto Nights. Yeah.
That's a De
I
Niro movie.
yeah yeah. I know what he did last summer was just like yeah.
Bad.
It's one of those films where I kind of it was acceptable when I came out of the cinema. I was like, okay, it wasn't terrible, but it did some things for me. But then the more I thought about it, it was just like I'm not going to be watching that again.
I want you to know that while Sean is here, whenever he's on my channel, he certainly flies the Brian flag. He lets me know that he's Team Brian every time he's on my channel. So now that you're here, Sean, I want you to say that you're Team CP.
Thanks, Sean.
We both appreciate the support. Just having fun.
We've got Jaden Miller Art in the chat and Christian Nichols. What's up, CP?
What's up? What's up? My blood count. Blood count?
Alonzo Smith, the dynamic duo, Brian and Charles. Yes, he is the Robin to my Batman, of course.
I look great in those tights, I'll say that much.
I watched The Conjuring Last Rites last night on HBO Max. I actually liked it. I'm a fan of the franchise. I've always been...
Is that the one that is most recent?
Yeah.
Last Rites? I have not seen that yet.
Yeah, no, I've not seen it. After the third, was it the third one? I lose track of these things now. There's so many. Keep pumping them out.
They Marvelified it, where it's just like, this is like part of the
shared universe. Second one is my favorite, to be honest. The one in England.
Oh.
Yeah, I just... For me, I just felt like they got certain things right that the first one just didn't. As a person of faith with a film that deals or should be dealing a lot with faith stuff, I felt like the first one got it wrong and the second one.
As someone who lives near the Amityville house, I felt like they, in the very, very beginning, they got that part wrong. So interesting.
Well, there you go. Whoa, a live stream with my two favorites. Right on. There's not many people who would say that, so thanks. Checks in the mail. Ages of Film, Clayton, glad to see the Batman poster up, Brian. That better never come down. Yeah, it will be the last thing that comes down. That and the Terminator rendition of myself from good old Woody Bowen, tucked away at the back there. But yeah, what's happening, in case you're wondering, is that this room is going to become my child's bedroom.
Oh no!
I know, right? My kids are getting to the age now where I'm having to say, you know what, this whole business of me having a whole room to myself as an office.
Oh no!
It's like it's not working.
Build a shed.
Yeah, yeah. It's sad times. Sad times. It's it is what it is. Sacrifice for the kids. Adam Cade, Cary Grant or James Stewart, Kirk or Michael Douglas. Michael when it comes to the Douglases, and James Stewart.
I don't think I've seen enough of Cary Grant. I don't think.
Yeah, I've seen. See, both Cary Grant and James Stewart tend to be the same in whatever they're in, but I just find James Stewart to be way more likable and less smarmy. So, yeah, Jimmy Stewart for me. Right, so like I say, we've got 6 films we're going to talk about, and I think first up, we'll talk about one we've both seen first up, just so that not.
I don't know if the two that I haven't seen are like a big deal for you. You can front load it with the stuff that I haven't seen. And
okay, yeah, we'll do that. Get them out of the way, because one of them really don't have much to say on. But yeah, so first one up is Playdate. I really should.
I'm in the way.
You are in the way. Not anymore though.
Nice.
So the first one up is Playdate. This is Amazon Prime release that they've not generally been particularly outstanding with this is an Amazon Prime Studios film, and this pretty much follows suit. I only watch this because it's got Jack Reacher in it. I do like Alan Ritchson. He is pretty much Jack Reacher in whatever he does, but I like that shtick, so I will give something with him in a watch just because I think he has fun with it. The film, though, however, not that much fun. And that shot there on the poster is literally like there's a scene that plays like that right at the end, but rather than a car blowing up behind them, it's a whole factory full of children. which
Alive children?
yes, they've killed, and they're walking off all joking about it. And because it's an action comedy, we're supposed to find it funny. And I'm just thinking, dude, why would you think anyone's going to laugh at that? So, yeah, that's the level of humor within the film. It has some nice moments, like some bursts of action. There are some genuinely kind of, oh, that's a nice little, it's about fathers and sons, that kind of thing. But then there's this whole like clone angle in which, they find all these clones, and rather than doing, the thing that you should do, which is let's try and re-educate these clones now. We'll just blow them up, and then we don't have to worry about them if a sequel rocks along, which it won't, because the film is terrible, and I can't imagine.
Don't doubt Amazon. If they've got money to waste, they'll do it.
Yeah, it did. I mean, that's pretty much all I got to say for it. It's your typical Kevin James kind of vehicle in which Alan Ritchson kind of comes on to steal the show, but they're both bogged down by a terrible script and really questionable ethics by the end. So
I'm shocked that it was released on the 12th, and I'm sure I've been on the Amazon app at least once or twice since then, and it hasn't even registered for me.
Yeah, there's a reason for that, I think.
I mean, like I saw War of the World, and they were,
I've not
throwing at everyone's face.
Yeah, I've not seen that, but like I've heard how bad it is.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where it's like laughably bad. So if like you want to just laugh and take the piss with something, that movie is probably good for that, but it's not at all good.
And it's just one actor, isn't it? Isn't it just like Ice Cube all the way through it?
If we recorded this for 90 minutes and had this like wide scope, like, oh my God, the world's ending. What do we do? Like that's what the movie is. It's just in a Zoom call with Ice Cube.
Oh man, good grief. Yeah, no, that doesn't sound good at all. Okay, next up, I think I don't know if you got around to seeing this, but yeah, it is of course Tron Ares. So I was never a huge fan of the original, but Tron Legacy, probably in large thanks due to the soundtrack, which is. It's one of my top 2 soundtracks of all time. It's kind of, it fights between Tron Legacy and Man of Steel as my 2 favorite soundtracks. But so I can watch Tron Legacy just because of the music. It's just so badass to me. But I do genuinely really love the film as well. I love the visuals. I love that world. It's just such a great visual kind of aesthetic to it that when I found out they were actually doing a 3rd one, I was like, sign me up. I'm good to go. I'm good to go back to Tron. I really do feel like if this film had have starred anyone other than Jared Leto, it would have doubled its take at the box office. I think Jared Leto is like a cancer to box office numbers.
Box office toxicity,
Yeah. People just don't like him. Now, I will say, on a personal level, everything I know about the guy and whatnot, not my cup of tea. I can't say I like the guy. But as an actor, I don't let that stuff cloud my judgment in terms of his ability. I do think he's a good actor. I think he gives a great performance in Dallas Buyers Club. I also think he does really well with what he's given in Blade Runner 2049, this guy with a god complex. And I thought he was good here. Now, again, that's got nothing to do with who he is as a person in real life. Just as a performer, he delivered. And the film, as well, as a fan of Tron Legacy, it delivered. I thought it was a pretty good, compact story with a very specific kind of character arc that you can map throughout, which I want in a film. Another great score, this time by Nine Inch Nails. I thought the music and the visuals together for me just super entertained me throughout.
What's the difference between Nine Inch Nails doing this and Atticus Ross and Trent Reznor? Because isn't that like essentially
It's essentially the same.
Okay.
Yeah, whether they did that to, I don't know, to boost
Huh. Okay.
recognition or whatever, I don't know. But yeah, but it is essentially the same. Whether
Yeah,
it's
they did Gone Girl, right?
yes,
And
yeah,
Social Network. Yeah,
and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as well.
right, right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I appreciate their work. So
yeah, yeah.
that's interesting.
Yeah, but it is a great soundtrack. It's not quite on the level of what Daft Punk brought to Legacy, but it's still so far it's my favorite soundtrack of this year.
Hmm. Hmm.
But yeah, there you go. I
Did you
I wish it
score
had
it?
done better. Pardon?
You were about to. I don't know if you. What you said?
Oh
Skip it on the other
yeah.
one.
So I think it's blatantly obvious to everyone that Playdate was a skip it. I would say Tron Air is I think for most people, if they actually bothered to go out and watch it, if if they enjoy Tron Legacy, then I think this is definitely a stream it. Stream it. If you like Tron Legacy but you avoided this one because of Jared Leto, just stream it, because I think you'd be pleasantly surprised if you can get over that Leto hump. I think it's worth streaming. I think you'll get some enjoyment out of it. And the actress that I can't remember the name of, but she was in Past Lives. I really like her as well. I think she's a very good actress. But yeah, so for me, I'd say definitely stream it. I will probably end up buying it just because I do own Tron Legacy and I enjoyed this one almost as much. So, but I think for absolute fans of the previous two movies, buy it. For regular cinema folk, I'd just say stream it. I think I enjoy it. But yeah, so that's the two that you haven't seen. Let me just go and check the comments a sec. Actually, let me just get rid of that. So we're not looking at that for a while. And we'll just have a look at some comments. Let's have a look what we've got here. Hang on. That's not the first one, is it? Is that in reference to someone else? No, it's not.
No.
Okay, so I've never seen a Halloween movie, guys. Is it worth the journey to dive in? No. No, it's not.
That's what I was laughing at.
Yeah. No. I would say watch the original and then just move on after that.
Yeah.
Just leave it there. And I know Clayton from Ages of Film will detest the fact that I've said that. What did he say? He said the kids are taking over. Yeah, too right. Before long, we'll be going to see Brian streaming in a shed outside the house. Probably, it's very likely. Horror of Dracula or Coppola's, both are certainly better than Eggers' Nosferatu. I think from a visual standpoint, Eggers has definitely got them beat. But for me, I would rather, much rather watch. Well, you call it Horror of Dracula because that's the American title of it, but for us, it was simply Dracula. In the UK, it's always been Dracula. So yeah, Hammer's first Dracula film. I'd take that or Coppola's Dracula any day as a rewatch over Eggers. Not because of quality, because I think, again, as I say, there's nothing wrong in terms of quality when it comes to Nosferatu. I just hated certain aspects of it. Again, that was a faith issue. So, but if you have no faith or you don't give a toss about matters of faith, then I would imagine you'd love the Eggers version a lot more. So that's just where I'm coming from. So
If you have no will to live, you'll love it.
yeah. If you just want to see the negative side of existence, then yeah. If you want no hope in life whatsoever, go for it. If they were the children of the corn, maybe I'd applaud.
That's in reference to the factory
how-
blowing up with kids inside.
Ah, right. Yeah. Okay. Amazon makes more slop than Netflix.
Reach.
It certainly does, yeah.
Reach.
Netflix has actually made some pretty decent stuff recently, one of which we're going to be talking about on here.
Okay. I know which one
is-
you're talking about. I'm trying to think
yeah.
of what else. Oh, wait, two we're going to be talking about.
Yeah. So like they do put out some good stuff. That also, yeah, they do have a lot of like baggage, a lot of filler, but they've worked with the likes of David Fincher and Martin Scorsese, and so they are putting out some good stuff.
How many true crime documentaries can you make? Jeez.
Is Hellfire from Hunchback your favourite Disney villain song? I honestly couldn't sing it to you right now. I don't know what the song is, but Hunchback of Notre Dame is one of the best Disney films. I like Jared Leto when he's singing in 30 Seconds to Mars, that is. He doesn't pick good acting roles. Worst Joker ever for sure. Morbius was trash. I agree with those films being trash. I don't think it's because of him, though. I think, I know it's a very small section of the film, but if you look at his Joker in Zack Snyder's Justice League, if we'd never seen Suicide Squad version of Joker, never seen it, and you don't have that polluting your brain, if all we got was the Snyder stuff at the end, I think people would be like, come on, bring it on, I want to see more of that. But because we're so polluted by what David Ayer did with that character, I think Jared Leto's the one who's taken all the flack from it. But if you look at how that character is designed, that is pure David Ayer. Look at the films David Ayer's done. That is the characters he has in the likes of Harsh Times, Street Kings, Training Day, End of Watch. It's that they're the kind of characters he deals with and writes and puts out there. So for me, I think Leto did the best he could with the hand he was dealt, and the hand he was dealt was David Ayer, and that was the main problem. Morbius, again, is that really his fault? Nobody came out of that film unscathed. It's just that Leto makes for the most suitable punching bag because everybody hates him. So,
Well,
yeah.
plus old 30 Seconds to Mars is good. I don't know about that new stuff.
Yeah, everything up to This Is War. I think
Yes,
this
yes.
This Is War was a great album, I thought. And although I did actually like, I don't know which album it is. I don't know if they put out an album since, but I did. It may have been the last album or the one before it. I
think they've done at
but
least 2 since This Is War. At least 2.
I think it was the last one. So the one from about 2 years ago, I kind of liked. I know a lot of people didn't, but I was like, why do people rag on this? I kind of like it, but yeah, whatever. It's again, I will not deny that when you look at him from a personal standpoint, he seems like the most egotistical prick that is out there. He needs to get his ego in check, and I think if he could do that, people might actually start warming to the guy. But yeah. Leto is supposed to play Marilyn Manson in the biopic. Now that I'll watch. Unfortunately, I hate Marilyn Manson, so I have no compulsion to watch that. But I don't mean to backtrack, but do you think that Terrifier 3 started the trend of killing children in films?
Started? I don't know if it started it.
Not really, no. It may have hastened it, or I don't know. Just, yeah. I mean, there's always been, yeah. Greta Lee, thank you. Yeah, Greta Lee.
Past Lives. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Past Lives. So, Past Lives was a great film. I really loved it. I just thought it was fantastically well made, and I thought she was incredible in it. So, all right, I'll take this last one, and then we'll go and talk another film. Why do you dislike Breakfast at Tiffany's, Easy Rider, Mulholland Drive, and Pee-wee? I'm not about to go into 4 separate reviews, so
none of these are brand new, Adam.
No. When a film takes you 3 watches to get through, and by the time you're on your 3rd watch, just to finish the final 20 minutes, you're only doing so because the film is so revered, and you feel like you have to get it done. That's not a good movie. Yeah, Breath of Stiffness is terrible. Absolutely terrible.
I agree.
Easy Rider is literally just people mumbling on bikes
I've not watched it.
for an hour and a half, smoking pot and doing nothing of interest. Mulholland Drives is the most pretentious piece of art house flipping film student beret wearing douchebag kind of cinema that
What's wrong with beret wearing?
That's not a beret. You need the
Yeah, it's a flat cap.
the thing to have the
the little thing on top.
French basically was what I was getting at. I just didn't want to say French because there are some genuinely nice French people out there, but
A couple.
Yeah, it's because the French kind of invented film criticism, as so to speak. They think they have everyone who's into French films, they're into French films because you think it makes them somehow more of a cinephile, and it's like it just makes you a pretentious douchebag. But
I wear that with pride. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Mr. Titan. I rest my case. But yeah, it's just say what you want to say. Stop making movies where people have to literally break their subconscious in order to figure out what it all means. It's just like,
I think a certain element of subtext and like metaphors and stuff is nice.
I like subtext. I don't want the film to just be all subtext where literally no meaning can be derived from it unless you go into subtext. The problem with that is that it can produce so many meanings that the film ultimately means nothing. And it's just like, I don't feel like David Lynch genuinely has like people act like he knows what it's all about. Every scene, every moment is purposeful. I don't think it is. I think it's lazy in a way that's just like, I don't have to think certain things through. I can take like massive leaps from one thing to another without really explaining it, because then I'm all, oh, there's a mystique. It's mysterious. Oh, it's like, what does it really mean? It's like, yeah, whatever. I don't like David Lynch. Sorry. Just offend half my audience. Right. Okay. Let's get into another film. We'll go with a Netflix release, not the good one that is on this list. It is actually the latest Catherine Bigelow film, which is A House of Dynamite. So this is a movie that is told in 3 acts, 3 parts, but it's the same. It's the same events told from 3 different perspectives, except it's not. Like when Rashomon's like the granddaddy of this kind of storytelling, where you see the same event, but you see it from different perspectives, and when you go to a different perspective in those kind of movies, when those kind of movies are done well, you learn something that you didn't notice before, or it develops another character's perspective in a way that you didn't see before until you saw it from this one. This film doesn't do that. Literally, you can watch any of the 3 sections in it and you're given all the same information, and none of your perspectives change about what's going on and about who's involved. So the gimmick is ineffective.
I don't know if using the Rashomon comparison is completely fair, because Rashomon does something of a unreliable narrator where 3 people are telling different stories. I think House of Dynamite, it's more like, all right, here's 3 different perspectives of the thing that we know is the story.
Yeah, it's just
so it's a little bit different. Like Rashomon, just, like the allure of it is, whose story do I believe most?
Yeah, I just mean that like Rashomon started that style of cinema where let's not just go from A to to B across the whole length of the movie.
Hey.
yeah. Let's do it multiple times, but give us something different. Like there's multiple movies that do that. I'm trying to think of one that's actually decent. I'd say Hero, Sang Yimou's Hero is a good example. Again, though, it's not exactly the same events being retold, but it's different perspectives where you kind of go back and you look at something from a different character's perspective. It just doesn't work basically for the exact reason that I've said. In the first part, I'm intrigued, I'm interested, I'm fairly engaged. I'm not wowed, but I'm fairly engaged. It's all about this missile that's been launched by someone, a nuclear missile heading to America, and we're in the situation room. How are they dealing with it? And then it hits, and it's like, and then we see it again, but from a different place's perspective. But we heard all those people on the calls in the situation room, and now we're seeing them all again, but we're not seeing anything once we see them that changes the way we viewed that call. Or so it's just boring. It's literally boring. I get halfway through the second part and I'm like, why are they retelling all this again? We're just getting the same information. So yeah, I don't know about you, but
I don't disagree.
yeah.
Considering this is Catherine Bigelow, who Hurt Locker. Oh, I absolutely love the Hurt Locker, and to know that crap, I'll even say Zero Dark 30.
See, I loved Zero Dark 30. I thought that the tension she built in that film for an event that you already knew what was going to happen. I always think that's a skill when you know what the ending is. Titanic, the ship sinks. It's like if you can build a story around an event that is so iconic, where you know where it's going, and yet you feel tense throughout. That's skillful filmmaking.
That's my point. Like the same filmmaker who made those movies made this. Like that doesn't make sense to me, because I was just like, when it ended, I was like, oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
not very strong in my opinion.
She's an incredible filmmaker, because I mean, Point Break, Near Dark, Blue Steel is actually a pretty underrated movie.
I like Detroit.
Detroit's fantastic. Detroit's a fantastic film, absolutely fantastic film. So yeah, she's top tier filmmaker for sure. She's not one of those who was handed a Best Director Oscar just because we've got to give one to a woman some point. And it's like, you look at her career, she deserves it for her career, but this is not an example of what she's capable of. This is definitely a dud. So for me, I would say skip it.
Well, considering it's on Netflix, it feels like Stream It is I give it a 2.5 out of 5. Like, I don't know. If you don't have a certain expectation, you might like it. And plus, it's Netflix. You're not investing too much money. If you have Netflix, you already paid the money for it. If you're maybe watch the first half.
It's the time. Well, yeah, I just watched the first segment.
Yeah, and then
first segment with Rebecca Ferguson. Because once she's out of the film, it all goes downhill, quite frankly. But yeah, I just think stream the first section.
Yep.
And then dip out.
Yep.
But beyond that, I'd just say skip it, because you'd be better serving your time with something else.
Go watch Zero Dark 30.
Yeah. Yeah. In a double bill with Hurt Locker. Omen 3, then literally Iron a Baby. What?
Right. Damage done to children in film.
That's it now. I've unlocked this Pandora's box of killing children in movies. So, have you seen Play Dirty from Shane Black? I was going to include that on this list. I didn't know if you'd seen it, though.
I have not.
Right. So that's the film Payback with Mel Gibson?
Yes.
So it's that character. They've done that, the Parker character. Although they've changed the name in because they did what was the Point Blank with Lee Marvin. They've done the Mel Gibson one. They've done. There's literally been about 7 movies based on those books, or
Huh.
5 to 7 movies based on those books. This is the latest one. It's by Shane Black. So I was excited
Mm.
because that's exactly the kind of material, the kind of character that Shane Black would definitely excel at, and he doesn't. He drops the ball big time. A lot of people say Predator's his worst film. I don't think it is. I think this is. I watched it and
Huh.
I was so disappointed. So disappointed. But it's almost like the reaction that he got to The Nice Guys in terms of box office just made him go,
Oh,
can't
okay.
bother. So why bother?
Mm.
Why bother putting that much effort into
Mm.
something when nobody cares? So now he's just
Mm.
putting out drop that, yeah. So it's a shame. It's a real shame. Uh, oh yeah, sorry, I just had that one. And thanks, Daniel, for the super chat there. Uh, let's have a look. What else have we got? We'll go with another film, and we will go with, yeah, go on. Why not? Why not? Yeah, Frankenstein. I was thinking about saving this one to last because this may very well be my favorite film of the year so far.
Okay.
My top two of the year so far are both on this list, and I can't decide between this one and another one that we've got coming up. So
Okay. I liked Predator Badlands too, but I mean, if you feel that strongly about it.
Mm, yeah, I think if this doesn't get the awards for best production design
No,
come
art,
awards season,
all of it, all of the art department,
then
just
yeah,
cross them
when
off. It's the one already.
anything visual
Yeah.
related, if this ain't getting it, if this ain't picking up those awards, to some degree, I feel like that'll go against Guillermo del Toro in the directing category because they'll be like, oh, we'll give Frankenstein all the visual stuff, and then we'll give
Mm.
like the top five to, well, unless something else tops it, the other one we've got coming up.
Mm.
But which is a shame because I just when you look at what Del Toro does as a director, he's very heavily involved in the art department stuff, in the visuals of it. You know, all the stuff's based on his own artwork that he produces for the film and whatnot. So it's very clearly his vision when, you know, on that front. A lot of other directors will have an art department that come up with designs, and then the director will choose from those designs. Whereas the way Del Toro works, it's literally born out of his artwork. He gives the artwork to the production. It's like, right, make that.
Mm.
So yeah, I think it's incredibly beautiful to look at.
I
I
agree.
love Oscar Isaac in it. I think the faithfulness to the actual story is great. I love that it keeps all the faith stuff. You know, the when man tries to be God, he basically destroys the world. Um, yeah, it's great. It keeps all the stuff in the traditional story that I wish Eggers had have kept in Nosferatu that he'd kind of jettisoned. I just think it's beautiful. There's one moment in the film towards the end where there's something between the monster and this other character that we're supposed to kind of buy into from a emotional standpoint where I can't quite get there because I don't think they did quite enough to make me buy that particular angle. But other than that, like that was literally my only gripe of the film. Everything else, I was like, just
Talking
yeah,
about a female character.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I didn't think they'd done enough to earn the degree of affection that she felt for him. It's not like a love thing. Don't go into it thinking, oh no, there's going to be some weird kind of
But
weird sexual stuff between it. No, it's
no,
not
it's
like
it's a
that. It's just
broken parallel to
yeah,
the way Victor felt about his mother. Like I don't like
yeah,
you said. I think they established as a way Victor has a strong feeling for his mother.
yeah.
They try to like mimic that, and I don't
Mm.
think, like you said, I don't think they established that well.
No, no. But other than that, like I say, in a 2.5 hour film, there was very little else where they put a foot wrong. Uh, I I loved Christoph Waltz in it. I just yeah, I I I was happy to spend that length of time in that world. Um, I would have been happy for it to carry on going, to
Hmm.
be perfectly honest. So yeah, great great stuff. If this isn't in my top five by the end of the year, then all I can say is we've got an amazing rest of the year to come in. So, but yeah, anything you'd like to add on Frankenstein?
um, yeah, no, I enjoyed it. The one uh, gripe that I have is I kind of watched it at a rush. I think a movie like this is something that you sit down and like
Yeah,
prepare for because it's gorgeous. Like within seconds, it's like, oh, this is beautiful. I can't
yeah,
like get up and get a drink and like I got to be watching this. And uh, I don't like again. It's gorgeous. If I could have a little bit of a, a different type of cinematography, I would like it. It's the wide angle lenses that are like bordering on fisheye. It
right.
almost reminded me of the way Superman was shot.
Okay.
I it I it's just a personal thing.
Mm,
There's this like I don't know. Maybe I have like seasickness or something, but I, there's something about the way it's shot where I kind of the perspective throws me off. But it's a pet peeve. It's not like anything that really is an issue with it. Um, I agree with what you said about that character. Not just the monster's relationship with her, but technically everyone. Like they don't really establish her character between the brother, Victor, and the monster. It's just like, hey, what am I
yeah.
supposed to feel for this person? Because I don't know what any other character really does. And whatever you're trying to tell me, I don't believe that based on
Yeah.
what you've shown me.
Yeah. It does feel like she's leading Victor on.
Right.
It feels like there is definitely a spark there, and then for when Victor kind of acts on that, and then she just goes, "What? No." It's like
Yeah.
okay, like I was sensing that too. I don't think Victor was alone in that. So
Right.
yeah, but
Plus, there's that moment where she's like, "We have to turn around." I'm like, "Why? Why do you have that feeling? Like,
mm,
what happened that you're like, oh, I have a feeling this is going to happen? Why? Why do you feel that?"
uh,
But yeah, other than that, it's quite impressive. I was kind of taken aback by the way things ended. It's like the last scene or two. I thought that was quite touching. Um,
mm,
the way things are ultimately wrapped up. I thought that was kind of sweet, considering people were out for vengeance in a certain spot, and the way they just stepped aside. I was like,
yeah,
that's and I didn't expect that. I appreciate that.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I like how the film's told from two
mhm,
perspectives, in the sense that like the first half of the film is all it's Victor telling the story, and then the second half it's the monster telling the story.
mhm,
I like how that is used to humanize both people,
mhm.
because you can go the whole way and just turn Victor into an absolute monster, which I would expect from Del Toro, because he's always been about making the human monster and making the monster characters more human kind of thing. That's kind of his shtick. So I did expect that to really play out to the hilt, given the story that we're dealing with here. But the fact that he did show a certain level of empathy towards Victor, a certain level of wanting him to be redeemed in some way, I really appreciated. And again, that's a faithfulness to what Mary Shelley wrote, I think, because it is ultimately a movie, a story about man's relationship with God. And so, yeah, I loved it. I thought it was great. I'd definitely say buy it, but if you got Netflix, there's no point because it's on Netflix, so just stream it. But it's just in terms of quality, it's like, if you want one, I'd say it's worth having a copy to keep for yourself. It's of that level. So
yeah, it's top 10 for me. I would say buy it.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Let me just come back to some comments. See what we've got. Is Six Underground is top 3 Michael Bay? I'd say 13 Hours is his best, followed by The Rock. The first Transformers film has been somewhat diminished because of how bad all the numerous sequels are. But had we not got those sequels, I would still say, you know what, the first Transformers film is pretty badass, all things considered. So I don't know, maybe top 5, but not top 3. Yeah. Brian, have you ever heard of the movie The Ugly? No. Sorry, I got nowhere else to go with that. Iron Man 3 is better than No Way Home, and D and W.
Deadpool and Wolverine?
Oh, Deadpool. I'm a defender of Iron Man 3. I love Iron Man 3. I loved the bait and switch. I thought it was a stroke of genius. Getting people into cinemas thinking they were seeing this Ben Kingsley as the Mandarin, and yeah, that rug pull. I laughed my ass off in the cinema when that happened. I thought it was great. But as a Marvel movie, yeah, it's one of the better ones. But it's not better than Deadpool and Wolverine, I don't think, and it's not better than No Way Home. On some levels, I will accept it is. There's certain things it does that definitely, but yeah. Charles, are you a fan of the movie The Wishmaster?
Haven't seen it.
Ooh, good man. Keep it that way. It's bloody terrible. Oh yeah.
I just said that.
It. Yeah, he just said that. It's like, whoa, it's like an echo in here. Yes, it's a pretty good horror movie. It has Robert Englund and it has Tony Todd and Kane from Friday the 13th. Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, I don't think people understand, just because I'm a Friday the 13th kid, I don't like Kane Hodder as Jason. So like, I'm not that Friday the 13th kid. So yeah, that's like a point against it in my book.
Yeah. I still think the best Jason was from the 2009 film. So
sure.
Yeah. I like the first 2 Wishmaster movies. Andrew Divoff is a cool evil djinn. All 4? They did 4? The hell? I knew they'd done 3. I knew those 2 dodgy knockoff straight to video sequels. I didn't know they'd done a 4th. That's terrible. Yeah, not a good film. I can send you a copy if you like.
Sounds like all top stream fodder if I've ever heard it.
It is.
Oh, there's a number of them? Can't wait.
Yeah.
We can get to 31 with a bunch.
Yeah, no. I was sent a copy of it on Blu-ray by a company to review it when it came out on a special edition Blu-ray. I got 20 minutes in. I was like, I'd already seen it years ago at the cinema, and was like, it's not a good film, but sure I'll review it while it's free Blu-ray. They send it me 20 minutes in. I'm like, I can't do it. It's just no. I'm good, thanks. I can live without seeing the rest of this again. So, would like to see review of Hammer's Frankenstein. Yeah, I need to check that out, to be honest. I think Frankenstein Created Woman is actually Hammer's best film that I've seen. I've not seen all of Hammer's movies, but up till now I've seen about 20 Hammer films, and of those 20, yeah, Frankenstein Created Woman is my favorite, and is one of Martin Scorsese's favorite films as well, apparently. Great, the note that someone likes Wishmaster as much as me. Oh, enough with the Wishmaster talk. I forgot A House of Dynamite. Fittingly, since it's a Netflix movie, I would stream it. It was okay, not great. Yeah, not fantastic at all. Del Toro is great. I really like Kronos. Yeah, Kronos is a good film. It's not one I find myself wanting to go back to, though. It's one that I appreciated, as you know, it was his first movie, seeing what he did there. But I still think Pan's Labyrinth is his best. Yeah, Pan's Labyrinth. Yeah. Derek Mears is the best Jason. Just pure verbosity.
Velocity.
Velocity.
He corrected himself.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Right. Let's get back to the movies, yeah. And we'll go with, we've got two left. We'll go with Predator Badlands. Yeah, I was a little disappointed.
Okay.
To be honest. It got so hyped up. Like,
by who?
It's just like loads of people. Like when I checked it out on Letterboxd that first week that it came out, because I didn't get to. It came out in America, didn't it, first? Or something. I don't know, because people were, or it might have just been because YouTube types were getting to see it or something. But like loads of people that I kind of know and have a modicum of respect for were all like, 4 stars, best Predator since the first film. Maybe
I'll take it easy with that talk.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but Prey was way better than this. I thought Prey was way better.
I'll agree with that.
I watched Prey again the night, like the day after I'd seen Badlands, because I'm like, it's just me. Am I just smoking crack? Because everyone seems to be saying this.
You are just smoking crack, but that's irrelevant to the film.
So I went back and I watched Prey, and I was like, no, not only is Prey better than this, but Prey itself has actually gone up in my esteem. Having watched it the second time, I had Prey at a 4 out of 5, and it went up to a 4.5 watching it this time around. I loved it. I thought it was phenomenal. This is just way too much Disney. Just that whole stuff with the little space monkey thing. I was sat there the whole time going, what the hell am I watching with this? Like, all the actual Predator stuff, and you know, the stuff with the android, the Ella Fanning character. I really liked that stuff. I liked the fact that they were able to turn a Predator into a fully fledged character that had a backstory and you could kind of root for and whatnot. I liked that dynamic between the two. But every time that bloody space monkey came into it, it just felt like some cute little toy that Disney wanted to be able to sell in the shops. And I'm like, this is a Predator film. It's not Lilo and Stitch. Like, what the hell? And then all the twists I saw coming a mile off. Like, I knew the link between various things, and I was like, it's so obvious. Like they've signposted it so very clearly. You'd have to be an imbecile to not see it coming. So the twist in the ending just was no kind of payoff for me, because I saw it coming a mile off. there was some really dodgy CGI, like particularly at the beginning when there's the two predators are fighting, and it's just so weightless. They're just like
Mhm.
gliding on logs and stuff, and I'm like, that's. I hope that's not how the rest of the film is going to play in terms of CGI. And then again, like because the predator itself is quite a physical thing. You know, they've always used like a man in a suit, and yeah, in this one they've kind of done a lot of CGI stuff with the face, but it's really well done. So you still have that physicality of a man in a suit that, you know, makes it real. The moment you start putting these like CGI fuzzballs with it, it just it just ruins it, because it's something that you don't feel like you can literally reach out and touch. It just looks like a green ball that somebody, you know, I know that somebody's filled a special effect in there at some point, and a tennis
Mhm.
ball's been floating around. So yeah, I enjoyed it for the elements in it that I did like, you know, all the Wayland Yutani stuff, the links to Alien, the fact that we're now officially back in the same universe as each other. Sign me up for that. I'd
Mhm.
like to see where they go with that kind of thing. But
Mhm.
bring back the filmmaking that Trachtenberg gave us with Prey. Lose all this Disney 12A certificate nonsense that should not be in a Predator movie. Predator should be a 15 or an 18. It's just like, you shouldn't be trying to Disneyfy or kiddify a Predator movie. It makes no
I
sense to me.
I don't know if they Disneyfied it so much as they were careful not to show blood. It feels like in America, as long as the blood is not red, it's okay. Because you know you had alien gore in this, which um it- to avoid a certain rating. I mean it's going to be on Hulu or Disney Plus anyway. Oh wait, it was released at theaters. Never mind. So
Yeah.
what I was about to say is wrong. Um, but you know, you can have impressive predator like fights without it, you know, being R rated, PG rated, whatever. But I do agree that some of the shine of it is ruined with like the CG and stuff, where it doesn't feel like, you know, there's two things that are in the same space,
Mm.
occupying the same space, going to blows. But I think the Disney aspect, if I'm borrowing your term, the fact that the little monkey type character, I think it plays to something that they touch on something that, if it is necessary to cover, this is the best movie to do it, where it's just like, all right, so the predator, the class of beings that they are, they're hunters, whatever. But what about the weakest among them? How do they do things? And the one of the reveals at the end is an interesting touch. Like, you know, the strongest among us just beat the crap out of things, but some of us who don't have that strength maybe can get to people, or use something other than battle to reach a certain uh, finish line. You know what I'm referring,
Yeah,
but
yeah, I know what you're referring to, but like, I mean, for me, the Disneyfication of it isn't. It's nothing to do with like the bloodlessness of it. It purely is to do with the fact that this is a Predator and Stitch. Is basically what this film is. It's it's what it is.
yeah,
It's
but like a monster explodes in this movie, and if the insides were red, this would have been an R. Like the fact that the insides weren't red made it like I know it's probably different in the UK, but in America, the fact that the monster's insides weren't red, okay, we could PG-13 that.
ugh,
So I hope it's not as silly as that, but I think it
yeah.
is.
No, no. But yeah, it's I I had fun with it. It's a solid entry, but I'm literally on the fence as to whether or not I prefer Shane Black's film over this. Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Yeah,
hmm.
yeah. It's like I'm not quite as down on Shane Black's film as most people are. But yeah, but if we're talking Prey, absolutely not. This is
No, I agree with that.
nowhere near as good as Prey.
I think
So
like I had this discussion with my Gray, who's in the chat the other day, where I feel like Alien is a different class of
yeah,
franchise where the ceiling is much higher, but
yeah,
the floor seems to be lower. Where Predator is a bit more safe, and
yeah,
I don't know, the ceiling isn't as high, but the floor is a little bit higher too.
yeah,
I feel like these movies, you have some different perspective if you want. And
yeah,
Badlands is, hey, if you want like a stand by me, you know, down and out group of people, ragtag, the weakest amongst the strong, here's Predator Badlands. Like, I,
mm,
I listen, is it something that I would go to every time? No, but if you need to watch a Predator movie, but the family's over, you could pop this on and not have people puking running for the bathroom.
yeah.
It, if you don't like it, you don't have to watch it. But the fact that it exists and maybe it's something of like a gateway drug for people like, oh, I never watched a Predator. Let me
Mm.
throw this on. Or Killer of Killers is another one where it's like
And that was a
interesting.
15. That was a 15, and
Red blood.
yeah. But there's a lot. I just, yeah, I'd have much preferred to have seen a live action version of
Oh,
what
I agree.
Killer of Killers was. If we'd
I
have
just
had
want that
that,
middle story, the samurai
yeah,
thing. Just give me that
that was
90 minutes.
that's love it. When we got the samurai bit in Predators, the
Mm.
Nimrod Antal bit, I was like, I want that as a film. And then, yeah, just like give me that as a feature film. Go to Japan,
Mhm.
go to like Endo era Japan, and just like, oh yeah, just yeah, that that's what I want to see as a live action movie. But we've got it kind of in an animated film, and I was just like, yes, and I think partly my expectations for Badlands were so high because of Killer of Killers. It's like, blimey, if this is what he's putting out with a an animated movie that's just going straight to Disney, what's he gonna do with his next live action one coming off the back of Prey and that? So
Dude, even if you think Trachtenberg, like whatever you feel about this, the fact that he's done three very strong Predator movies in
yeah,
2 years, that's
yeah,
rather impressive.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like
It's
if this is his worst, which I'll
yeah.
probably agree with,
Mm.
it's still pretty good.
Yeah, it's definitely a world he feels comfortable in
Hmm.
and has a clear vision for, and I get the sense has a direction with which he knows where he's taking it.
Hmm.
So yeah, like you say, if this is the worst it gets, then cool.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm
I'm
gonna
in.
buy it. I'm gonna buy it for this.
Mm. I'm on stream it with Badlands, but definitely potential. Like certainly, like it's not put me off the world he's created. It's not put me off the Predator franchise. I'm tentative about what comes next. I don't want Disney to
I I agree
overreach
with
with
that.
stuff.
Like if this is a
Yeah,
standalone, if this is like some sort of way to pivot, like I said this on my channel, if they're going to redo AVP and they need the audience to have a proxy protagonist, if
yeah,
this is your way of getting us to root for the
yeah,
Predator,
yeah.
I'll take this as that sort of pivot movie. But like
Yes,
you said, if this is like the beginning of some sort of trilogy or something, I'm not about that. But for
yeah,
the sake of like a standalone pivot movie, okay, fine.
yeah. What I'd actually like to see is because when we got to the end of Killer of Killers, we did see Frozen, the woman from
Hmm.
Prey.
Hmm.
I want to see that because we don't know how long she's been frozen. We don't know when she's going to wake up. I want to see her come back in the future. Obviously, she's just been pulled out, and let's maybe in a prologue, let's see how she ended up getting. They came back and they took her. Let's see that in a prologue, and then when she wakes up 300-400 years in the future, like a fish out of water story. How the hell do you go from bow and arrows, axes to laser cannons, and yeah, I think that would make a cracking kind of story. And even if she met up with this predator here, obviously her experience of predators to this point would suggest that she needs to go on the attack. So then you've got the two of them kind of facing off, but then ultimately having to defeat the threat of a xenomorph or something like that. But I just think that'd be quite interesting. So yeah, because he's already done his groundwork of giving us two characters that we really like. So yeah, bring them together, put them against some xenomorphs. I'm in.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
And then you could even bring in some live action versions of the characters we got in Hunter. Was it
Killer of Killers?
Killer of Killers? Yeah, I always want to call it Hunter Killers, and I was like, no, they're the things from Terminator. So right, okay, right, cool. Let me just go back to the comments, and we shall see what people have been saying. So Steven says Predator Badlands, no thanks, just the wrong direction for me. Yeah, I mean, I like, it wasn't entirely the wrong direction for me, because like I say, I did like the Weyland-Yutani stuff. I did like the characters. I just, yeah, the bits I mentioned were just a bit too grating for me to say this was the awesomeness that some people seem to be making it out to be. But Predator franchise for me is hit or miss. I really only like Predator 2 and Alien versus Predator. Dude,
you like the two misses?
No, I'm with you on Predator 2. I do actually really like Predator 2. I love it. I know it's not a great film, so I can accept why somebody would be critical of it, but for me, it's just like a guilty pleasure. I love it. But the AVP films, like, it's bottom of the barrel stuff for both franchises, quite frankly.
Agreed.
Yeah, not good. Not good. Wow, I actually went in with friends telling me they hated it. Sorry to hear that you went into this film with high expectations. It's not the best thing, but it's fine.
I agree with that.
I mean, all the reviews I read on it were on Letterboxd, and I find Letterboxd to be full of a lot of, like, libtards. But I just... So maybe that's a thing. Maybe I chose the wrong platform to look for opinions on it. So but swiftly moving on. Hey dudes. Hey.
It's up to Jesus.
Any plans to see Chris Stuckman's Shelby Oaks? Maybe if somebody's uncle can get me a copy of it.
Oh, you should have told me. We could have discussed that, because
yeah. Yeah, it's. I know it doesn't have a massive budget or anything like that. I think I'd probably be favourable to it in a like 3-star kind of way, based on what I'm hearing and what I've seen. I'm like, you know what, it looks to me like it's not going to be the worst thing ever, but it's also not going to be the best thing ever. It's going to be one of those things that if his name wasn't attached and you caught it one night, you'd be like, well, that's a moderately entertaining straight to DVD or DTV kind of movie. Moving on.
People are having a hard time separating Chris Stuckman, the guy that they've spent time with for a decade, and a film.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome that someone from our community has gone on and went to do something that they like, a childhood dream. That's great. All right, now that we're done with that, I'm rooting for you, Chris. That's great. Great job. But now that it's time, as Chris from 7 years ago would fully be on board with, he would tell you why it's not great. And it's not great.
Yeah.
Still a fan of his. It's just not cutting it for me.
Yeah. I'll watch it out of sheer interest, but literally that interest is garnered by sheer virtue of the fact that, oh, it's Chris Stuckman. Let's see what he can
Yeah,
do.
it
Um,
seems like needing to discuss it has to be driven by some sort of thing that has nothing to do with talking about movies, which sucks.
yeah, yeah,
Like, can it just be about the movie, please? Please?
yeah. I did see Jeremy Johns' review of it, and I thought he actually did a pretty good job of not being slavish to his friend, because I know the two of them are friends, and I think he did take some shots at it that are like, ooh, how are you going to occupy the same space with him next time you see him? But that's what happens. You make a film. I've got friends who make films, and I'm blunt with them. Like, I tell them what I think is wrong with them. I tell them what I think they get right with them. But it's just it's the nature of filmmaking. It's part of the fun of it.
The nature of being an artist. Like, I don't know how you feel about my stand-up. I don't care. Like, I'm not here to talk to you about my art. I don't tell you about, your Robin Hood, the stuff that you've done. But like, I'm here to talk to you, the person. Like, if we want to talk about the art, it's a separate discussion. But like, it should be separate. It doesn't mean that, like, however you feel about my stand-up doesn't mean that, like, we're not here talking and spending time together. Like, all right, that's fine. I appreciate that. But I don't care. I'm going to do things however I do them, and I shouldn't feel, or you shouldn't feel, however I feel about a piece of art. That has nothing to do with how I feel about you, the person.
And if you can't take the criticism, then you shouldn't be in that world.
Absolutely.
You shouldn't be making stuff. You shouldn't be putting stuff out to be viewed by people. If you can only survive if people gush over it.
Right.
I mean, thankfully, I know that Robin Hood's a load of crap, so I don't care if people trash it, because I'm like, you're right.
Well, that's the other thing too. Like, if the artist feels a certain way about something, and people, like, are sycophants and like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever. And you're like, really? I don't respect you for saying that. Why did you say that? I made it and it sucks.
Yeah, pretty much. Isn't Predator Badlands more of a popcorn type of film? Yeah, I mean, for whatever that means. Like, I kind of get what you mean. It's like you want to go on a Friday night, you want to see a little bit of action, a little bit of character stuff, but nothing too deep. It's
certainly more so than Frankenstein.
Yeah, definitely. It's not something you have to switch your brain on to a great degree. It's not something with an amazing amount of subtext where you can let's discuss this for a good 2 hours while we have our coffee. So it's just, well, that was fun. So I get that, and I can accept that. Yeah. I just don't want cute little space monkeys in my Predator films. Sorry.
There's your pull quote.
Yeah. The Maltese Falcon or Chinatown? I would say Chinatown is the better film. I would say The Maltese Falcon is the more rewatchable film.
I have owned The Maltese Falcon for about 12 years now. Have not watched it.
I've seen them both. And if you were to ask me right now, okay, which one would you watch again right now? I would probably watch The Maltese Falcon. Chinatown is a film I respect greatly. It's got a script that I can't fault, and yet, for whatever reason, I just feel cold to it. I get the character arcs, I get the genius of the dialogue and the plotting of it. It's great, but I'm like, okay, I've seen it. It's very good, but I've seen it. I've no urge to go back. So, and that's the way I feel about some classics. Sometimes that just is the way it is. The claims that Bud is so Disney can sell toys is ridiculous and outdated. Kids don't play with action figures. Old men do.
This is great. This is my friend who I did a stream with the other day.
Funky Pop deck has Bud and Funky exist for every Predator. Yeah, I mean, I'm not that kind of adult, so I have to say Funko Pops to me are one of the most pointless inventions in human existence. Yeah, but I still
I'll,
disagree.
I'll do a better one for you. Here you go.
Yeah. I still disagree. They if they can get like franchise deals with McDonald's and sell Happy Meals, then they will, and they generally do that with Disney stuff. But I just yeah.
RoboCop towards the end got a little silly with selling toys and things, and RoboCop is not a toy franchise.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, it just didn't mesh. Interacting with this cutesy little space, it just annoyed me. Just annoyed me. It just didn't sit right every time that stupid thing came on screen.
So Batman is okay for toys?
Like in what's
Like I'm trying to like because they made toys from the later Batmans are kind of cartoonish. All right, I didn't really properly think out this. Never mind.
I mean, Batman and Robin was so
yeah.
So they invented a new term for it called toyetic. It's like literally Joel Schumacher coined the term toyetic because that was the mandate from the studio. Look, this film is literally about selling toys, so we want a costume change every 20 minutes so we can sell all the different figures.
Yeah,
we want a different vehicle every 20 minutes, so like 3 different Batmobiles. Like
yeah, I'm thinking
crazy.
In my mind, I'm thinking of Nolan, but I'm forgetting that the Schumacher stuff exists. So it's not a well-baked idea that I just put out into the ether.
I mean,
all right, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, even the Nolan one, they produced their fair share of
toys. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if like I would see some 5-year-old just walking around with anyone that
tumbler. No, the 5-year-old will be reaching into their dad's cabinet to get it, and they slapped hands. Like, you leave my Batmobile alone.
That's a collector's item.
Yeah, you can't break the packaging, man. In my opinion, Predator could work very well as a type of God of War or Assassin's Creed type of movie series, traveling through different areas. Yep. Predator first is good, but overrated. Never seen the rest. -half of Predator 2.
Sean, did you change your logo to feature SS? I don't know if that's the greatest idea. All things considered, you might want to rethink a different logo now. Sorry.
As long as Paul W.S. Anderson is not involved, I want an AVP reboot. Yep. I would I'd be quite happy if Dan Trachtenberg got together with Noah Hawley or Noah whatever his name is, guy who did the Alien Earth TV show. If those two guys got together and really cooked something up, sign me up for that.
Romulus wasn't bad. I quite enjoyed Romulus.
Yeah, Romulus was pretty good.
Any of the recent 2 years or whatever, get them together.
Landing strip, or I don't want it. Don't know what that's in reference to.
Okay. Resident Evil.
Where's the Predator Happy Meal? Why are you looking to buy one?
I gotta put something on the shelf. Come on.
CP, I cannot believe you just brought up RoboCop in front of Brian. Every single scene. Just messing. Love you, Brian. Yeah. I do keep meaning to get some T-shirts made up of that.
Might as well make money off of it.
Yeah. At least some postcards. I'll get Woody Bowen to draw up some RoboCop artwork with every single scene on it. So, Batman Returns had toys. Haha, they put the mutant. I mean, like it did a number on. It's basically what got Tim Burton taken off the Batman 3, because McDonald's got these toys and were like, why is all this black liquid pouring out of Penguin's mouth? Why is Catwoman wearing an S&M suit? What? It was just
why not?
That was not a film that you sell Happy Meal toys.
Oh, I'm happy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, that was probably the start of adults buying toys. So, for obvious reasons. But yeah. Anyway, hang on. I need to get rid of that first, don't I? Before I go moving on. Bonk. Right. We'll do our last film, which is, drum roll, One Battle After Another. Okay, so currently vying for my number 1 and 2 spot are this film and Frankenstein. I think both require a rewatch before I'm fully committed to saying which one comes first. But Paul Thomas Anderson, one of my favourite directors, writer-directors. He's made 2 of my absolute favourite movies of all time, in Magnolia, which is a top 10 for me, and There Will Be Blood, which is like in my top 25 somewhere.
I need to rewatch that.
Yeah. I think Magnolia is one of the best written, just one of the best screenplays of all time. It's just phenomenal. But One Battle After Another, yeah. It's a hard film to describe, really, in terms of just what's going on. But it's an incredible journey that you feel completely gripped by, and it's funny. It takes pot shots at both the left and the right. I would say it is a slightly more left-leaning film, but not in a way that is offensive to
No. If anything, it like roasts the left.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
that phone call?
The phone call is just, I mean, I nearly spat out my drink. When he said, what was the line now? And he said, you're invading my space. And he's on the phone.
Yeah.
And then he says,
it's like, you're nitpicking. Stop nitpicking.
Yeah. But it's just the thing that the guy says on the phone. So he's on the phone to this guy, and you can tell.
I feel threatened, I think he says.
Yeah, I feel
you're on the phone.
Yeah, you're on the phone. Yeah. But it is like every lefty, like, you know, like the stereotypical lefty that we have these days, like a proper full on libtarded kind of lefty. I use that term separately from left, by the way. If I say libtard, I'm talking about your blue haired rinse brigade who just are just activists and nothing more. It's not really politics; it's just activism. If you're talking about an actual lefty, that's kind of the person I used to be before it got just too out there.
How Bill Maher of you.
But they take pot shots. They take pot shots at both sides. I think the character of Sean Penn's character, he's
Lockjaw.
Yeah, Lockjaw. I mean, even the name is so like it. Yeah, clearly like he represents everything that is bad on the far right, and then again, going to Letterboxd, it's very interesting to read, because look, I don't think it's for anyone paying attention. I don't think it's a secret that Letterboxd is very much a pretty way over to the left kind of place to be if you go on there. You know, this is a site that banned my review of What Is a Woman. It's like, you know, literally taken down, and I was threatened with being ousted off the site, even though I said nothing that was personally that isn't, you know, just true, quite frankly. But yeah, so I take anything on Letterboxd with a pinch of salt, but so many people, so many reviews, right, on Letterboxd, literally they write as if the guys at the beginning of this film, you know, the French 75, the activist organization that's going round robbing banks and all that, they talk as if they're heroes.
You're aware that these are people with ridiculous opinions and not the site
yes.
Letterboxd, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So, but that's what I'm saying. It's like these people, there's people out there that I think look at this film and it's gone over their head. They don't get it.
Sure.
They they
Like that's
don't.
the case with like
Yeah,
anything. I mean,
yeah.
really.
But what I'm saying is, it's the film itself. It's interesting because of that. Because when you look at when you look at what certain people are saying it on both side, extreme sides, it really brings out everything that the film is kind of commenting on.
I think that the movie does a spectacular job of saying just how much the people who aren't on the extreme sides are the ones paying for
Yeah.
these battles.
Yes. Yeah.
I think it's brilliant.
That's literally what it's about. That's literally what it's about. Because you've got this girl, so the woman that you see on the poster there, so she's the daughter of this guy who is an activist, who's a very extreme activist. They got involved in like a bank robbery at one point. Somebody died as a result. And you look at these people, and I think anybody with any ounce of sense would look at them and think, these guys are nutters. They deserve jail time. They are not heroes. They are not heroic. They are seriously damaged in the head. And then on the right side of it, you've got the military guy. You've got the lockjaw character who's clearly like, far right kind of nationalist, like white power, white supremacist douchebag.
Like secret societies,
white, yeah. It's all like he is everything that the far left believe about the right, and they are everything the right believe about the far left. It's that, and then the daughter of this guy, he goes off into seclusion because
it's a dirty little secret.
Yeah, he's got a daughter with this woman.
Secret society that can't have those mixed race things going on.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about the Leonardo DiCaprio character. So he's got this daughter that again isn't his, but he's raised as his own essentially. He doesn't know that she's not his, but he's raised her as his daughter, but he's done it in seclusion because he's had to step out of that world because now reality has hit him in the face, and he's got an actual person, a human life that he's got to look after. So he does the best he can. He brings her up, and she becomes our central character who's caught between these warring sides of stupidity. She's the hero of the story. She's the one who's like, look, I don't accept all your BS, Dad. And when her real dad comes along, it's like, I don't accept your BS either. I'm caught in this world between you two idiots, and I just want to find my own way. And I don't need you piling your own garbage onto me in order to do that. So, and that's essentially what the film is. It's like, look, can we just quit with all the nonsense, far left, far right politics that's tearing genuine, right thinking, sensible people in the middle apart. And it displays that message so poetically at times, so amusing at times, and quite tense at times. Like when we spoke on Facebook, you mentioned like the chase sequence, and you're right. It is just going. She's driving away in this car, and it's these hills, these rolling hills, and every time she gets over one, you see this car that's following her, and it's one hill closer, and it's really slow and like sedate in many ways, but it's so tense because it's like that car's getting closer. What is she gonna do when it gets there? Because we've already seen what the person inside that car does to people that he gets alongside. So yeah, it's just brilliantly directed. It's Paul Thomas Anderson on his A game. I think sometimes the representations of those opposing sides do step way into caricature, but in a film of this sort, that's kind of acceptable because that's the whole point. He's trying to turn them into caricatures because it's essentially what they are.
Well, there's a moment there where there's like codes that what time is it? And Benicio del Toro's character is, an ally to them, and he's like 8:15,
Yeah.
and like he's trying to help. It's like it like focuses on just how silly some of this stuff is. It was just a nice moment of levity. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed it. Like really enjoyed this movie.
Yeah. I love Benicio del Toro. I mean, del Toro's like, I can't think of anything he's been in where he's been a weak link, to be honest.
I agree with that.
He's been in films that are not that great, but it's never ever because of him. He's such a phenomenal actor. But yeah, and DiCaprio excels here as well. I think he does a really great job of showing us this man who's like proper frayed, proper like, he's spent way too many years on drugs because of everything that he went through. I'd say there's a certain level of underlying guilt and shame that kind of has shaped this man as he's tried to bring up this woman. The bit where he falls off the building, goes through the trees, goes splat, then goes around the corner and gets tased. And it's like, it's just, it is, It just goes on so many different highs on like of different extremes of like emotion in terms of like, is this film being played straight? No, it's not. It's a comedy. No, it's like a political satire. No, it's
there's moments where like throughout the second act where the score is similar to the score from Punch Drunk Love, but it's like this constant like jazzy piano thing. And I was trying to think, like, why am I so agitated? It felt like the music was kind of like lifting, like, really playing into that. And, as the movie's building, like everything that's happening on screen and like, you're just being bombarded with all these reasons to be agitated. And then there's that third act chase where like, I told you this personally, I literally had a tear. Like, it wasn't like any emotion. It was just like, well, I guess it was emotion. It was just like so much tension, so much sort of frustration. And to have this release, I was like genuinely like moved by the way it made me feel. And I was like, I haven't felt like this from a movie in a very long time. That the way they build that tension and just kind of pop it off. Yeah, I was thoroughly impressed.
Yeah. This is just a personal thing for me, and I imagine this probably wouldn't have been a concern for anyone else. This is probably my artistic side coming out, where I like
Tylenol. Oh,
I like things. I'd have liked to have seen the daughter at the end at the protest she was going to, so that we could see that it was a peaceful protest done right. Just because we don't know what kind of protest she's going to. DiCaprio's like, be safe, and she's like, I won't. And then off she goes, and it's like, okay, well, what does this mean? Is she going to follow in the footsteps of her mum? Is she going to end up becoming? Is she going to end up going down that avenue? I just think it would have been a nice kind of capper to the discussion that's been had, to say that no, she's not going to do it her mum and dad's way, and she's not going to become like the other people. She's going to do it her own way, and it's going to be more mature, more peaceful, more. You know what I mean? It's not a massive thing. It's just a personal thing where it would have been nice to see that visualized in some way, so that we see that she's going to do things differently.
I think if the secret society thing was eliminated, that would be a nice way to show things, but we don't know what's left of that outfit. So I think leaving it in the dark there, leaving, it up to your own, it's possibly better. I feel like if you show her at a peaceful protest, then that means the threat is reduced too. from the like secret society people, the racists. Okay,
Yeah,
then
yeah, yeah.
I agree with that, but I don't know if that's the case based on what we see in that movie.
Yeah, it's just I don't need to see anything from the secret society because they've always been douchebags. They'll always be douchebags. I don't
Hmm.
need to see any change on the people on the French 75 type movement stuff because they've always been douchebags. They will always be douchebags. I just want to know that she isn't gonna go down the same road as either one of them. I want to know that her path, her road that she's going to take, is one that that keeps the sensibilities she's had,
Well,
that distance herself from either side, kind of thing. But again,
wouldn't
just a
yeah,
personal thing.
wouldn't her lineage, at the very least, based on what her parents are, tell you that she's supposed to form some different road based on her father and mother? That like considering what she's come from, she's got to
Yeah,
create a new
yeah,
path.
yeah. Like learning who her mum is and what she was about.
Right. Like she
It's
was lied
like,
to about her and
yeah,
things and
I
learning.
can't. Yeah, I can't do that. I can't go her way. I
Right.
think. Yeah, it's like I say, it's there.
Hmm.
It's not like it's not like it's that you can't read that into it. Uh, it's just again that I don't know. I feel like that nail. For, I'd have been more satisfied with that nail being hit a bit harder.
Okay.
But I totally accept that that's just a me thing. It's not really a major problem with the narrative or anything like that. It's still expert storytelling and it's like it doesn't need fixing or anything. It's just a personal preference
Hmm.
that's like I could go with that, but it's not needed, so to speak. But yeah, there you go. We did we say whether we buy it thingy it and with Predator
Consi-
Badlands? We did, didn't we? Okay,
yeah, I gave it a soft
yeah.
buy it. You gave it a strong stream it.
Stream it. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Okay. So one battle after another.
Buy it.
You could probably guess. Buy it. Yeah, I'd say buy it. It's top two
It
films of this year so far have
it
been
is currently
discussed
my
tonight.
number one. Currently
Mm,
my number one. Like without any sort of
yeah,
turmoil. It is definitely my
yeah,
number one of the year so far.
yeah. It's great, great movie. So
Mm.
yeah, there we go. I will just wrap up with the comments, see what we've got, and then we'll. Oh, hello. Thank you for that. One of the biggest surprises this year for me was a Scottish Netflix series remake of a Danish crime series, Department Q, starring Matthew Good, who I like. I like Matthew Good whenever I've seen him in anything. Pretty good show, can recommend it, and that's Marcy. So, yeah, I will look out for it. Did you say that's on Netflix? Yeah. Oh, Scottish Netflix. So does Scottish Netflix have different content to I
I
thought
don't know.
Netflix was like just a worldwide kind of everybody gets the same kind of deal.
If it's Netflix produced, you'll have it on all Netflix.
Right. Okay.
But if like they have the licensing to something from like Warner or something, it won't be in all countries.
Right. Okay. Right. Here we go. Where are we? Did we have that one? We had that one, didn't we? So see.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was the last one we had. So I'll definitely buy a mug or a t-shirt that says every single scene. In that case, it's coming. I'm loving it.
McDonald's.
Yeah. I like Magnolia way more than One Battle After Another. Yeah, I mean, I'd say I do as well. Like I say, Magnolia is just like it's in my top 10 movies of all time. I just think it's perfection, and it's got possibly my favorite last shot of any movie. So,
Hmm.
um, Daniel Skinner. As someone who was born and raised in Southern California, I've had the privilege of going to many of the filming locations of PTA's work, especially Magnolia and Punch Drunk Love. Sean, I'm assuming this isn't Sean, our Sean.
It is Sean.
It is.
I think he changed his logo since we've been on.
Why?
He wants to send some
okay.
some signals about the SS.
Okay. I love PTA as a director, but I was not a fan of One Battle After Another. It's a 4-star movie, but it was too long for me and did feel like it was pushing an agenda a little bit. To me it felt like it was kind of crushing two agendas, and although I will agree, as I said, I do think it leans a little more to the left. I think it's a bit more sympathetic to the causes of the left, and there's literally zero sympathy to the causes of the right, but I still think it does take a few. I still think that the importance of the story is, look, can we just stop with all the right and left nonsense and actually get to some kind of middle ground?
But yeah, like there's no real right or left in the movie. Like the movie opens with
but it's stereotypes. It's like everybody knows.
It's you bringing your own baggage to it, though. In the movie, there's not like.
No, but I don't think you need to be told who represents the left and who represents the right in the film. If you're politically aware, then it's very plain for anyone who's politically aware to see who's supposed to represent who.
Right, but I think the movie plays into that, like with the cartoonish, like naming the Sean Penn character Lockjaw. Like they're like taking the piss with both extremes of the spectrum here. And again, I think it does an incredible job of saying the people that aren't extreme are the ones that really pay for all this nonsense.
But what I'm saying is, if you're politically aware, you can come to this film and it's very clear who the left is meant to be, and yes, they get the piss taken out of them, and who the right is meant to be, and they get the piss taken out of them. Now, however, there is some sympathetic characters on that left side. You do grow to care about DiCaprio's character because there's a certain like redemptive arc to his story.
Just a dad,
yeah. There is none of that on the so-called right side. There's no redemptive side to that. They are so in that regard. That's why I say it does lean a bit more to the left. But you have to have this character, this central character, could come from one of them. So you've got to put that sympathetic angle to it somewhere. It just so happens it comes out more
technically
from the left side. But
wouldn't the guy who drives the white car be something of a sympathetic person on the right side? Technically,
to a very small degree, because at the end of the day, he's still someone who kills people for money.
But by that logic, DiCaprio still has his past. So
yeah. So I could. I think that's a.
My work here is done.
I'll go with that. Yeah, it's the fact that he pays for it with his life. He has a change of heart that he pays for with his life. He dies so that she can live. So I think and that just makes me love it all the more now that we've kind of wrestled with that and brought that out.
Oh, you give me 2 hours, I'll get you to stop seeing sides and see this is a brilliant movie.
You don't need to. I do see it as a brilliant movie, but I think the brilliance of it comes from the fact that that's exactly what Anderson's doing. He's trying to get us to stop seeing sides and see the people in the middle who are being pulled and railroaded.
Yeah, I just feel like if you have like some normie from France that watches this, they don't know American right left politics, and they'll be like, yeah, I don't know, the crazy racist guy and the woman who blew up a bank. Yeah, I got it. I don't know if politics would come in if you don't have that backstory from reality.
Like, in many ways, I wish I wasn't so politically aware.
Me too.
That I could just come to it on those terms. Yeah, but there you go. it is a film for both kind of
All
yeah, for
spectrums, all
all.
sides.
Yeah. And that's the genius of it in many
Mhm.
ways. It plays so well on so many levels. But um, watching Magnolia makes me miss more dramatic Tom Cruise performances. Yeah, me too. It also makes me miss Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Mm.
I do find it crazy that Regina Hall went from the funny black actress in parody movies to becoming a three-dimensional character in a PTA picture.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yep. I find often with comedians that they do actually make pretty damn good actors. It's just that it takes a while to get off that comedy fence and allow to be allowed to be taken seriously. So
Present company excluded.
yeah, definitely present company excluded. Yeah, only stretches so far, you know. Sean, and some of the music choices I didn't like. Scratch that 3.5-star movie. It's a good movie, but it's not the level anywhere near of Magnolia, Boogie Nights, or There Will Be Blood. I would take it over Boogie Nights personally, but I would still I'd still rate Magnolia and There Will Be Blood over it at this
I
point.
really need
So
to rewatch There Will Be Blood. I've got
you
this
really do.
blind spot. I don't like the master. That's the
Yeah,
one that's kind of
I appreciate the master, but I come away from it feeling a bit detached.
yeah.
So yeah,
It's the one I have the least interest in rewatching.
yeah.
Least.
It's the one that I look at and I go, damn, these performances are phenomenal.
Mhm.
But damn, I wish I was feeling more as a result of it.
I wish I gave a crap.
Yeah. Like it really helps if I like the people I'm watching.
Mhm.
So, and end of the day, it's just taking Guy's certain set of skills, chases after his daughter. I'm in the minority with this, I accept, but just was not for me. Good movie, not for me. Okay. Tristan CP, I dare you to interrupt Brian mid-sentence.
I did it a couple of times.
I've chilled out a lot since since not having to do 31 on 31. You know you want to.
I did.
Hey, Brian and CP, having just watched The Running Man last night, what's your favourite film starring Glenn Powell in a prominent role? Top Gun Maverick. You can't say Dark Knight Rises because that's just a cameo. Yeah.
The Running Man.
Yeah,
Man.
You seem to like it more than most.
Yeah, whoever's dumping on it, poo is what I have to say. I enjoyed that movie.
Yeah, I was supposed to see it today, but they didn't have any flipping showings of it. It seems to have just dropped completely off the map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor Edgar Wright, man. He's never going to get that Nolan budget.
No. Yeah.
Shame.
In case you guys forgot Glenn's role in The Dark Knight Rises, he played I know who played in it, but like you say, it's such a blink and you miss it kind of.
I don't even think he has a line, right? He's not the
yeah,
the guy.
No, he does. He has a couple.
And what are you guys
lines.
doing here?
Yeah, because he's chatting with someone while he's getting his shoes polished and stuff, and then Bane comes
he's
in,
that
and
guy.
like,
Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's. I mean, Top Gun Maverick, like, what a film.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's just a Scottish version of the Danish. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Scottish version of the Danish crime series. It's because you said Scottish Netflix. It made me think. Yeah. The wiring in my brain didn't quite.
Marcy only watches things if they started out in Denmark somehow.
Right. But you can find it universally on Netflix. Okay. I'll have a look at that. I'm going through Shogun at the minute. I started Shogun the other night.
A series?
Yeah. Ooh, blimey. That first episode, man. Oh, I don't know if you've ever seen Martin Scorsese's Silence.
I have.
Right. Well, think of that as a TV show, but you get to see the political landscape of
So it's shorter.
of the Japanese side. But yeah, like right near the end of the first episode, they boil a man alive. They just put him in this cauldron thing and just leave him, and it's just like, and all around the camp you can just hear him screaming. It's just like, but it's just, yeah, like, I mean, those Christian settlers that went to Japan really really took it. So yeah. Any plans for 31 on 31 westerns? If there were, I would definitely be there for it, because I love me a good western. So
I don't think I've seen 31 westerns.
I think Leonardo DiCaprio has easily become a staple for good quality, even though not every film I personally like for him. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and Don't Look Up being examples. And with you on Don't Look Up, I thought that film was absolute garbage. But Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is fast becoming my favourite Tarantino film. So
What?
yeah, the more I watch it, the more I love it. Certainly my two favourite Tarantino characters in that film, with Brad Pitt's character, and who's getting his own movie. Which
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to. David Fincher directing. Yeah, I'm up for it. All because Tarantino now can't direct something because it'll be his last movie.
I like,
oh, no.
stop with that.
Yeah.
Like, just make movies, man.
Yeah,
What are you?
just flipping direct it. If you've cared enough to write it, just direct the damn thing.
I don't understand. Like, why does it have to be? It has to be Ken. Do you have like some sort of box set that you have in mind that you can't taint it? Like, it makes 13. Like, what does it matter? If you have the idea, like, people will throw money at you to make it, so do it. Doesn't make any sense, man.
No. Yes, I did change my logo. I like this better since it's my initials.
Mm-hmm. The swastika used to be a signal for good luck. So.
Yeah. Just be careful, Sean. Yep. Yeah, that's right. 2 capital S's can mean many things. I'm sure that's not lost on him. Well, I have also considered changing my profile avatar, since it's a black and white drawn filter style look of me when I was 12 years old, and I'm 19 now.
Well, stay away from 2 S's.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll be honest, Daniel, I don't put that much thought into it. It's my initials. It looks nice. Yeah. Thanks, Sean.
Sean's paying you to berate him.
You know it isn't true, Charles. My favourite movies are like English movies. I have always seen British culture, and especially humour, being more the spiritual predecessor to Danish humour.
I know, Marcy. It just seems like every time you bring something up, it has some sort of lineage back to Denmark.
Check out some of Shane Meadows' stuff. Check out A Room for Romeo Brass, Dead Man's Shoes, and This Is England, because they're like peak British cinema. And that is it, gentlemen and ladies. But yeah, we'll leave it there. That allowed me to get some new releases off my chest, and if you enjoyed it and you want to see some more in the future, then let us know, and perhaps we'll make this a regular feature. But yeah, CP, you got anything coming up on your channel?
I don't know. Planned, something planned that I can plug? Not yet. I'll talk to you offline about something, but
okay.
Yeah, just be on the lookout. We discussed me and Gray Poupé, we discussed the Predator Alien franchise. We did like a combined ranking thing. We also did something of a light spoiler-free discussion on Predator Badlands, and those were in the last 2 weeks or so. So there's that. Go watch my torturous run through 31 and 31 this October, because that happened.
Yeah, I feel sorry for everyone who had to take part in that. Scooby-Doo! Yeah, Scooby-Doo weren't even the worst movie on there, which is really saying something. So, but yeah, Anyway, thanks to everyone who joined us in the chat. Really appreciate you coming in. Thanks, guys, for the super chats. And yeah, until next time, cracking.